So I think it's safe to say that Uber Eats just likes to make things more complicated by implementing these new updates that aren't needed, like making us verify a QR code when we get to the restaurant and receive certain orders. Now, I don't know about you lovelies, but I know about myself, and most of the times I prefer taking the elevator versus taking the stairs, just to make my life a little bit easier, but Uber does not do things the easy way. Just like when it comes to taking a picture. When you're a delivery driver and you work for Uber Eats, it's always when you're 3/4 of the way in your shift, you've done 3, 4, 5 orders, and then they turn around and they ask you to take a selfie to verify your account. I don't know if Uber does it because they want to see if you still look pretty in the middle of your shift, but one thing I can say for sure is it's an unethical procedure because 90% of the time, you're not stopped at a full stop, you are not in the parking, and you can't take a picture right away. Now, the way I feel about this QR code is very, very similar. And in this video, I'm going to tell you the procedure that's now in place by Uber with this QR code thing and just exactly what I think about it. Now, for those that do not know, my name is Ash, and I am a gig worker here on the South Shore of Montreal. And currently, I work for Uber Eats, for DoorDash, for SkipTheDishes, and previously, I used to work for Instacart. Now, this new QR update that I've had with Uber Eats, I've had it on 2 separate occasions, and both of them were sushi orders. Now, I don't know why they would do this on sushi orders, but I'll get to the procedure first. And so the procedure in place is like this. On your phone, when you've picked up the order, there is the Verify This Order button. And when you go ahead and click on there, the pop-up for verify or scan a QR code is going to take place. Now, I don't know if Uber thinks that we're just constantly scanning receipts to find QR codes, or if they think that our phone is going to work on a regular basis to take those pictures for them, but that's what they're requiring. I also don't happen to have QR stamped across my face for the restaurants to acknowledge, because based on how I have done this before, they're not acknowledging these QR codes, but we'll get to that in a second. Now, once you verify these QR codes, you're then going to get into your car and simply do your regular order as is. Now, the problem with these QR codes is the fact that, like I said, the restaurants are not acknowledging. Now, these restaurants also know that we are tip-oriented drivers. Most of them do. So because of this, they're just going to be thinking at the end that we're just checking out the price tag for our convenience, and yet this is a required procedure that we have to do. Also, many of them make us haul out the order within a delivery bag. So do you look like a genius if you're going into a delivery bag afterwards at the store to scan a QR code? No, not really. Also, when you go to verify this order, normally it would be more beneficial if they told us in advance that there's a QR code. This way, when I get to the restaurant, before I go tuck it into my bag, I can scan the QR code and I can say to the restaurant, there's a QR code that I have to scan before we put it in the delivery bag. Now, the reason why I think this is not going to work with Uber is, let's go over the statistics here. First of all, I've had this on 2 different sushi orders. Now, you can tell me in the comments below, is the amount of sushi in the bag going to be affected by a QR code? Because my answer is no. If a restaurant makes a mistake and they forget to put something in the bag, that's nothing that a QR code is going to fix. Mistakes happens across the board, and that's still going to happen even if there is a QR code. And to be honest, half the time, I think the store just prints out the QR code on the receipts, and it makes no difference on their side. It's not like it's going to be scan QR code before you give it to the driver, but either way, like I said, mistakes can still happen. So I don't know why they're making this whole QR code to be mandatory for Uber Eats deliveries, but you tell me in the comments. 1, have you seen this new QR code update from Uber Eats since you've been doing some orders? And 2, what do you think about this new update? Personally, I think these QR codes just deserve to be in the garbage, like everything pretty much else with Uber Eats. But the choice is yours on what you view upon it. You go ahead and leave a comment in the comments below, and I'll catch you lovelies in the next video.